Do I look pretty?
Yeah, is my hair okay? I think it's okay.
Welcome
to
the Energy and Heart podcast,
hosted by
Jiggy
and Steph.
Da-da! Bitch, you didn't da-da. Da-da. Oh, wait, we didn't do the...
That's what I was thinking about. That's why I didn't do it. I was like, wait, there's something that's missing.
We're so
okay.
rusty.
Season 2, episode 8.
Welcome
to
the Energy and Heart podcast,
hosted by
Jiggy.
Steph.
Yay! All right, guys.
We did it right.
We have Boba here. Let's play a game.
Okay. I'm nervous.
By the way, this could be your logo. Your logo could go here if you sponsor our podcast.
This could be you.
Yes.
Let us know.
New Year's resolution for the podcast. 2 sponsors.
Wow,
This
that's
could
perfect.
be you.
And this could be somebody else. So there's 2.
And it doesn't have to be Boba. But it can be.
We love Boba.
All right. The game?
Oh,
The game is
okay.
that I'm going to move it around the table.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tap the top. And
Okay.
you have to try to take your straw and put your straw in the cup.
After you tap the top?
You have to close your eyes. Oh, I'm sorry. I left out that part. That's the challenging part.
Okay, I was like, what?
You don't just like chase me around and try to fuck that shit. You close your eyes. I move the cup around. I tap the top and you try to guess where it's at and you stab it
okay?
open.
Okay.
Why do I talk like this? Like, why don't I have
You
a
talk so
more
violent,
graceful language than you stab it open? Like,
You just like, actually, what
All
else
right,
would
ready?
you use? What else would you use?
okay,
Okay.
the straw.
Uh-huh.
Okay, ready?
Welcome to ASMR part 2. Okay. Okay.
Ready? Close your eyes.
Do you better warn me if I'm gonna make it? Do that again?
Stop. What?
I'm scared.
Go!
Let's go.
Do it!
You fucking bitch. Okay.
Do it!
No.
Okay, I'm gonna go again. You missed, by the way.
Oh, you think? You think? My shot's gonna be dirty after this.
One more time. Oh shit. Okay.
Can you do it again?
Oh shit! What the hell?
Hey, I didn't know it was gonna be that close.
Okay, good job. Yay!
I
Okay,
did
do it to me
That
now.
was so fun. Okay. Close your eyes.
Oh, not too long. Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
It was close. It was
Okay,
close.
Well,
That was a good try.
that's the game.
That was fun.
Yay!
That
All right, here's the
I
ASMR.
feel like I lived a little bit.
Here's
Okay.
the ASMR.
So now we're gonna go to ASMR part 2. Go ahead. Stop that shit. Is everything okay? Is everything okay?
Okay.
Do we need to wipe anything down? Thank you, Kev. At this rate, you'll probably hear my stomach growl because I my fucking god. Wow. Why is this happening? That's not good.
Why did this happen? Wait a minute. How did that happen? Why is mine leaking and yours isn't? slow-mo replay of what just happened.
You should I think you just have to just like sip some of it out. Yeah. And so that way it doesn't come up anymore. Okay.
All right. I'm not sponsored by Kleenex. Put that shit away.
Okay.
What a time back. Let's start the episode.
What a time to be alive. Let me at least drink one.
This is really good.
This is really good. It's tasty. Really tasty. It's actually really fucking good.
All right, we're keeping our podcast to 30 minutes now, so let's fucking go.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Happy New Year, everybody. And Merry Christmas. Hanukkah.
Everything under the sun. However you celebrate.
Yeah. How was yeah, just talk. Go ahead.
Wow, we're on a slow start today, y'all. It's been 3 weeks since we've been here. We took a break before Christmas to just take care of ourselves and take time away. My break was really good. Man, if I were to summarize it, I don't want to get into like too much of the details. I'm just gonna give everyone like a general like feeling. But I spent a lot of my time slowing down, and I think the big thing the really big thing that happened, I can't say here.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say it.
No, the really big thing, like it was so big. Jiggy didn't talk for like 30 minutes. It was that big, but like we're not talking about that big thing. We're talking about the other big thing, which is that in episode 1, I think that's when we talked about like me trying to figure out an outlet and to not be working all the time, and that was like one of the intentions that we set. And so I'm like really happy to share that I figured out what it was. Woo! And it's what Jiggy suggested from the very beginning, because she's always right. She's never wrong, but she's always right.
No, I'm not always right, but I'm never wrong.
I got that wrong too. But yeah, so I just started yoga. Like I know. Dude, I was like the girl who was like never flexible, could never touch her toes. I was too embarrassed to ever go to yoga. So the reason why I didn't go to yoga is because I felt like it was too slow for me. Like I took one class with Megan back in May last year, and I just like I watched myself just struggle bust through that. And I was like, I'm never gonna do this again. So I like felt defeated. It's like, no, I think it's time. So like something within my like heart and soul was like, I think it's time to go. So I did. I cried during my first session. It was very emotional. Because it was just like the teacher was like, I don't know, I was in a mood. Because the teacher was like, oh my gosh, I know that like things off the mat are really difficult. I was like, oh yeah, they are. And then I started crying, and I was like, what is this? But it was like just a good release, and so like from there I was like, no, I gotta keep going. So I've been going for 2 weeks now. I think it's like this is my 3rd week. So like I'm hoping that this will just stay, or not hoping, this is gonna stay pretty consistent for like the whole year. So I feel pretty good about that.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a very spiritual experience, I think, to like go to yoga. So like I think I've been in denial that that's what I really need, is to actually slow down. Because remember initially I was like, let me go do volleyball, which is like more active and like all that. I was like, no, like you just actually need to slow down. So I feel like now what's really nice is I feel like during the break there's a lot of like time to slow down, and I feel like my actions now are actually very reflective of like where I want to go. And so like I think that's a really big deal. So yeah, I feel really good about that. So that was a big thing from break. I feel lighter, you know? Do you feel like I'm light? She said it like in the car, like when we were hanging out. She's like, oh my God, you didn't yell at that person across the way? Like remember when we were trying to get tofu?
Yeah.
She's like, who is she? And I was like, yeah, I'm good.
I was like, why aren't you bitching about this current situation? That's like very bullshit. Like,
it was very bullshit.
She's like, whatever, they're just going on about their day, and we're all alive. Like, it is what it is. I'm like, huh? Oh.
But yeah, so that was like my big, I think like major thing coming out of the break. Yeah. How about yours?
Was it? Oh, what's your list say? Are we only talking about the break right now, or are we giving all updates right now?
I figured we were just gonna go to the break first. And
Okay.
Then, yeah, we have a list of things, y'all.
Sick.
Yeah.
My break. So we were supposed to just take the week of like Christmas off, and then per personal needs individually, we decided to just take as much time as we need to because we can, and so we did, and it was really nourishing for us. It seems like. So Christmas time, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's is always really hard for me because it's around the time when my mom passed away. Christmas, I was going back and forth about like traveling somewhere, but in the end, I ended up staying here. I could have easily just spent it by myself alone in my apartment, but then I was like, you know what? Now that I finally have just a space of my own and I have this really great big couch, and I was like, why don't I just like fill this up with love? And I don't want to have miserable holidays anymore. And if you remember, like when we were talking about Thanksgiving, I had a really great time with Kato and Steph. And I said that, Thanksgiving this year really turned out to be the best I thought it would be. And so I said, what if I did something about Christmas? And so I just invited like 3 friends over who had, not that they didn't have places to go, but also like they aren't from here. Like we're not from LA. And so when you don't have a home to go to, families to go see, it could really be easy to just stay home and just be like, oh, I spent Christmas alone. But I was like, why don't I just create a space for those people? So they came over and I made spaghetti for everybody and we just watched a movie and it was nice. Like it was just nice to spend time together. And for like my friends to meet each other. And then I did the same thing again for New Year's Eve. This year I knew that I didn't want to drink or anything. I knew I wanted to have a dry New Year's Eve. And I think this is the first time in over a decade that I had a dry New Year's Eve. But yeah, had friends over. We played a really freaking fun game of Heads Up. And then Megan came through.
Yes.
She was the
Shout out to
MVP.
Megan.
She came through with mad nuggets, like McDonald's nuggets and fries. And it was like, we didn't know that's what we needed, but that is more, like, that is exactly and more.
It felt very
of
abundant.
what we needed.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you know what? Like, why have anything else but McDonald's for New Year's Eve with friends, So that was really cool. We had a really great time. Like the New York ball dropping, that happened, but this bitch came through with the big, gigantic news that I missed the ball drop. My jaw dropped. I missed the ball drop. I don't think I've ever heard a news that made me that speechless for that long. Like my entire body froze. And I didn't move, I didn't talk for quite some time.
I was concerned.
And then I just like didn't know what my first words are supposed to be or could be. And I think that's what really made me freeze. But at the same time, I was looking at her and I was like, is she joking? But then I was like, she would never joke about something like this. And I was like, that would be a really sick joke. But then again, like, I don't think she's joking, but I hope she's joking. But then I'm just like asking myself all these questions. But anyhow, gigantic news. Not going to tell you guys. But,
future episode.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, honestly, that news though, I ended up crying. And that news was such a bitch. I know I told you this, but really, like, your life can change or the entire trajectory of the year can change at any moment. And 2022, I keep saying this, but it was the worst year of my life, but also the best year of my life. And the way that you dropped the news on me like a fucking bomb, and I wish that you gave me more time to process, but honestly, like, you literally dropped it like the last day of the year. At the very last moment of the year, you could drop it.
Oh, that's true.
And my year was shit. But like the way that it ended on that note, though I cried, I think that was like bigger than fireworks. It was just like the joy and the happiness was just so unfathomable to me to process, and I think it just came out in tears and no words. Like
Sometimes words can't express like what you're feeling.
yeah, and I don't know. That's what happened, but yeah. So New Year's Eve turned out to be really, really fun. The game was really fun.
It was a
really great to
memorable
see
one.
everybody together.
You have to include the clip now.
Yeah, I'll
Of what
include the
happened?
clip of the heads up. Yo, it was ridiculous. Um, but yeah, other than that, the break. Um, well, one thing that I had super anxiety about is so like my new year doesn't start January 1st. Usually my new year starts like on the 7th or the 8th of January. So my mom's 10-year anniversary was on January 5th. And like leading up to it, I was just like anxiety attacks every day. And even to this day, I still kind of have it, but like it's really bad anxiety attacks in the morning every day. Had no bandwidth to like really talk or work or anything. We were supposed to do something for our BTL, and I just like called Steph and broke down crying. So
Dude,
she was like, "You know what? I'm
yeah,
pushing
just,
it. I'm
like,
pushing it."
Yeah, it was just
So-
it was like honestly, it was like a lesson in like it was just a no brainer.
I mean, I should have known because this happens every year. It's not something that like comes out of nowhere. I know that
but it's okay.
it is
in a
okay,
way.
and I just know that like this is the thing about self-awareness, that like you see a pattern of something, it's not you can work to release trauma or release the cycles of something, and I get that. And also acknowledging what's actually true and present in this moment. And I know for myself that like every January 5th leading up to it, I know I'm going to be feeling like shit. This time last year, I made a TikTok video saying every year, like, oh, if you don't feel motivated January 1st of the new year, it's not just you. Me, every first week of January, I grieve my mother. Like, I made a whole TikTok video about it last year. I know it was gonna happen this year too. So, yeah, I should have known that. But yeah, moving forward, my year doesn't start until like January 7th or 8th.
I mean, it honestly, like, I feel like this is a really important point to make. It's like, even as aware as you are, sometimes the conditioning that we have, right? Like, oh, somebody says, it's New Year, you should, like, be a certain way, blah, blah, blah. Like, that pressure, like, makes us feel like we have to be ready. And so, like, I really want to point that out because I feel like a lot of people do feel that. Maybe not necessarily New Year, but in, like, different points of the year. And I really want people to have permission to, like, build and design their lives in ways that work for them.
Right.
Like that's like really important to share.
Yeah.
So like we can be aware, but also like sometimes like we have to lean on each other to like help us like actually implement that.
Yeah. I think that 2020, this is off a tangent, but I think that 2023 is really going to be like the year of like resistance and rebellion, like against hustle culture.
I really like that.
It's my time, bitches. I've been spitting this shit, but really like I was talking. Oh shit! I have another update. Huh? I almost said her name.
Yeah.
Um,
I was like,
basically,
are
I
we-
was talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, "Well, I told you this too, but I think I don't want to work on Mondays, and I kind of want to really explore that. But I only came to like I don't want to have meetings on Mondays, so that's the thing. No meeting Mondays.
we like
But another thing was shit. What was I gonna say? Is that it? Is that what I wanted to say? No meeting Mondays? Oh, you know how people say rise and grind?
oh yeah.
Like rise and grind. I'm gonna call it rise and take your time Mondays.
Oh.
Like Mondays are
like
gonna be
that.
like, what if we just took things actually slower and more gentle, especially on Monday mornings? Because I mean, if the rise and grind, like if that works for you, then great. Do that. I'm happy for you that that's what works for you. But like for those of us who are kind of moved on from that, and especially Mondays, it's like, what if we took a little more time Monday mornings, like making breakfast and enjoying making breakfast, or like waking up and doing yoga, or waking up and soaking in the sun while we're walking our dogs or something like that. Like what if we just took a little more time on Mondays on purpose? So
Dude.
anyways, that's what was brewing.
I feel like we're going to like now 2023 intentions, right? But like what you're sharing here, I was like, by the way, me and Jiggy have not quite updated each other on a lot of things in the last couple of weeks. Like we're just kind of like doing our own thing. But like I feel like we are completely on the same page.
We're always on the same page.
Yeah.
Just in a different way,
Yeah.
but we're always on the same page.
Yeah, because I actually decided on a no meeting Friday. So like I flipped it on that and I also like take every other Friday off. And then I also decided that every morning no work is being done until like 3 hours into my day. So like I wake up really early, I like take care of myself for like that amount of time.
Yeah.
And
if you think that like 3 hours is too much to take care of yourself in the morning,
really isn't.
it actually, that's why I wake up at 4.
Yeah,
when
exactly.
people are like, "What do you wake up for?" I'm like, "Okay, bitch, I gotta read my Bible, and then I have to like,
there's a lot.
I gotta drive to the gym. I have to shower, breakfast.
Yeah,
I gotta walk my dog now. By the way, I have my dog back now.
That's a big update. We stand Joey. We love Joey. We love Joey. New character.
And I'm ready to move on. Let's talk about something else.
Okay, I respect your boundaries. We can move on.
Okay.
But I love that for you.
I think I'm still processing it, so
You can take your time.
yeah, just be happy for me.
Yes.
Yay!
We are happy. Yes.
2023 intentions.
Wait, let me check that we didn't miss anything.
We probably did.
We did. Oh yeah, we can go into intentions. I think my stuff will come up during intentions. Yeah. So, over here, I think goals are really important, but we're not going to share goals here.
Over here.
Because I think in every other part of the world, they're like, what are all your goals and shit? And like, I'm just like, dude, I don't want to talk about goals. Like, goals is a very poor way for us humans to like try to put structure into things when like things are just more magical than just your goals. I can't believe I just said that. I'm so different. I would have been stuck on goals a couple years ago. But like, we're just gonna set an intention. So like, I would love for you to share some of your intentions going into 2023.
My intentions for 2023, not me like doing a complete sentence. Like, why can't I just answer your question? Why do I have to tell you in high school? Answering complete sentences. I'm having like a world pageant, like international world peace. My intention, yeah.
Just go ahead.
I said it already, but like taking things more slowly. And also being much more gentle, and not just like doing things slowly, but just taking my time, the time that I need. And so whether that's something as little as like making breakfast in the morning, I want to enjoy making my breakfast. So like even if it means I'm playing music and singing and dancing while I'm making breakfast, and not having an agenda right afterwards, because I'm such a time blocker. I'm just like, I actually just said it like right before. I was like, 4 a.m. I wake up, I read the Bible. Like, get ready, I drive to the gym. In 20 minutes, I'm at the gym. I'm from 5 to 5:45, I'm lifting. By then, I know my exact schedule. And I think schedules are still really helpful for me. But just giving myself a longer time block actually to do those things. Yes. Because at the end of the day, I think like the lifestyle of 9 to 5 it's about the time that you put in, but also as entrepreneurs, it's not about just like the time that we put into something. It has to be quality work. It has to be effective strategy. And so we could actually like work past 8 hours a day, or shit, what if we work less than 8 hours a day? And because the strategy is so effective that it actually fucking produces results no matter what. I don't fucking know. But yeah, just wanting to be more intentional about like being gentle with myself, take my time. Really want to like I'm so ready to just enjoy life. And I think I've said that before in season 1. But I'm so with my mom's like 10 years passing, and I'm just like, holy shit. And I know that my dad's 1 year's coming up. Holy fuck. But I would really like to like enjoy every moment because I don't need to prove myself anymore. I don't have to be like, oh, I have to be speaking in order to serve my purpose. It's like I've done so much already that like I don't need to prove everything. So I would actually like to devote my life to living my own life and like experiencing every moment and every juice I can get out of life. I think I spent so much of my life being so miserable that I would love to spend the next 10 years now that I'm 30, like the next 10 years till I'm 40. I don't know what'll happen when I'm 40, but like enjoy every moment. So yeah, slowing down, being more gentle with myself. I started listening to a lot more Oprah. Which is actually nice because my mom used to listen to a lot of Oprah and Dr. Phil and stuff, and like
I love that.
Dwayne Meyer, whatever his name is. So, yeah, that's me. But also, I just know that I'm gonna fucking kill it. We're gonna fuck, guys. Yo, us too. Woo, yeah, we're gonna fucking kill it this year.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the energy is very ripe. That's like what the word that comes up. It's so funny you mentioned Oprah. My mom's been sending me Oprah like videos. Yeah. But they're like really long, and I was like, Mom, what do you like about it? And she's like, there's so much. All of it. And I'm just like, Mom, I request that you tell me what you like so that we can like talk about it, you know?
Aww.
But yeah, that's just
That's
like
a
a random
takeaway.
side thought.
should do that.
But when you were talking about being more gentle with yourself, like the word that came up for me is actually presence, which is like also like something that I've been thinking about in terms of intentions too. I think I feel like you, I'm also like dealing with the time thing, and like I actually turned off all my clocks in my house. So my
Time
oven
is a
is
construct, bitch.
yeah, that's why. Like my oven is off, my alarm clock like nothing.
How do you live like that? Holy shit.
I know. No, because I set the boundary that I am not allowed to have meetings unless it's between 1 to 4. So like anything, like I know every day between 1 to 4, I should know the time. But outside of that, don't bother me. And so like, yeah, I think I think you have to be intentional about that, because the more you are, the more we take back like our ability to be here and like to live. Like there's just so much life like that happens that we're just not like privy to, because we keep thinking about what's next. We're either stuck in the past or stuck in the future, and I'm like done with that. I just want to like be here. And so presence is also like one of my intentions. Yeah, yoga did something or something else.
It's like look what can come out of a break, guys.
A true break, yeah.
Learn from this.
Yeah, and so yeah, I'm like literally, that's why I was freaking out like when you were saying, I was like, oh my god, me too. But like we didn't even talk like that much during the break. Like that's what's wild about
maybe
this.
the energy is like transferring from upstairs and downstairs where we live.
Proximity, I think, matters. But yeah, so I think that's like a really big intention. I think another one that I was thinking about is like I really want to express myself more. Like I think this can come in a lot of forms. So obviously like coming back onto like social media, coming back as if I ever left. I was gone off Instagram for 2 weeks, and that was the best 2 weeks of my life during the break. And that's like how I was able to like be more present, because I realized like, wow, like I really am addicted like to just like I'm not looking at anything. I'm literally just like, you know, and so there's something to be said about like how much it really does make you like on autopilot. And so that's like what I realized is I was like no text, no social media before 12. Like if I'm going to be on Instagram, then I have to contribute. Like I don't want to spend time there like otherwise. And I think I was looking back at the year and I was like, wow, I barely like shared anything, posted anything, because I think last year was just all about like that internal work that I was just not able to, or not wanting to, like verbalize to anyone. And but then now I feel like there's so many like seeds that were planted last year that are now like available, and I'm just like, I feel like I have something to say, you know. And I feel like a lot more of what I was talking about is now embodied. And so like now that it's embodied, I'm just like, oh, this feels different. Like it's different when you're learning something and like trying to get it and saying it versus like you really get it and you're just living it and it just like flows through you. Like that's what it feels like now, like versus before. And so I think one of my intentions going in is just like believing that what I have to share is actually inherently like valuable, like to other people, like because I always think like, oh, it's just me, like why the fuck would anyone listen? But yeah, so just really modeling that, because I think that gives other people permission to share themselves, and I think that's like how we grow together. So there's that. And then I really want to have a lot more fun. So like, dude, every morning, I haven't told you this, me and Noah watch the sunrise together every morning. Like I literally come out of my room and like I get really excited. I walk, like we walk to like the door and we just watch the sunrise together. Yeah, like sometimes I go there, I sit there by myself. He just like walks over and we're just like standing there. Yeah. And so like I think it's just like that presence, because I think I think for a long time like Noah felt to me like a responsibility. And Noah's my dog, for context, new character. But like actually no, he was here, you know? Like season 1. But I always felt like he was responsibility, and I've had conversations with you where I feel like responsibility, and we've talked about what does it look like to move away from responsibility, and actually like is not about the amount of time you spend on something, but like the quality of that time spent. And I've been like sitting with that ever since we talked about that earlier last year. And so I was just like, wow, like I've always seen him as like, I'm responsible for him, like I have to take care of him, which I think that mentality and that lens, while it is true, I think takes away from me being able to just like experience like him as just like a dog, like another, like just, you know, like another
Your bestie.
yeah, like another soul. So like yeah, like I think that was a really big thing. And I think inviting more fun, you know, is in every moment. So it's like kind of related to the presence thing. It's not just like we need to do fun things. Like I don't think it's just that, but it's just like, oh my gosh, when I see the sunrise, I'm just like so excited, because I'm just like, dude, like it actually is really beautiful. If you actually sit there and look at it, I'm just like, oh wow, like I could go around my day actually finding these like mundane like things. Norman likes to say like the magic in the mundane, but like it really is true. Like there's so much life that's happening, and I'm just like, wow, like this could be happening at every moment, like in every relationship and everything. And so yeah, that's
now
kind
do you get why I take
like,
pictures of trees?
yeah, no, I get it now.
Beautiful.
I get it that yeah. No, I was looking at a palm tree. I was like, oh, should I get it? She's been seeing this since like forever. Like, why haven't I seen it?
But it's probably because like you grew up with it.
Yeah. I am more
watch you
used
go to
it.
New York and look at pigeons and be like, a pigeon, the New York street pigeon.
Yeah. Lols, that would actually be. We're sharing it now.
my
We're
God.
making a trip to New York. Like
That's so
like
funny.
me and
hell
Jiggy
yeah,
for
we're going
sure.
to New York and Penn State this year.
But yeah, so I think those are like the main like things, and I think part of this is definitely like just quality time, spending more, I think, quality and intentional time, like specifically like with Kato, and like developing our relationship and projects together, and and other friends as well. Right? Yeah. I'm gonna check my notes to see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, last thing, taking care of myself physically. So working out, finally, cooking. Yes, and yoga. That's it.
This is my favorite era of yours, that you're cooking a lot, because I get to try all these new foods. It's great.
Yes. I'm not in my flop. I learned this term from Carrie. I'm not in my flop era. I'm in a
flop
I'm in
era.
a thriving. What's it called if you're not in your flop era?
I don't know.
Maybe I'll just say I'm thriving.
Yay!
Oh
Love to
shit!
see it.
Sorry, I didn't check the time. I'm done.
You don't apologize. Okay, well, now we have 2 more episodes until the season's over, and then
Yes,
yep, more break. So
we love breaks here.
we do. We love rest.
Yes.
All right, y'all. I guess that's it. Right.
Is there anything else you want to share? Or you feel complete?
I feel complete.
Yay!
All right. This is pretty
We'll
chill.
see y'all
All right,
next
bye.
week. Bye. Oh, season. Wait, do we do this?
I might take the part out about
Oh yeah, take whatever part out you want.
because I don't think that was like an intentional like announcement.
Oh yeah.
What is my intention of sharing this on the podcast? Like, how do I want that to look? You know? Like,
Yeah.
I know I don't want to talk more about it. What
You
am I
were
gonna
just
say?
processing in the
'Cause-
moment. Like
yeah.
you could definitely take it out and like share it in a way that you want it to be represented.
Oh, I'm gonna do the thing where I bleep
it out.
Anyways,
We took like one sip like before we started.
actually, I really like this flavor.
It tastes good, right?